All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Game one of the Eastern and Western Conference semifinals for the 76ers and Knicks game and Timberwolves and Spurs just ended. Let's kind of get into everything. We're gonna mainly focus on Timberwolves and Spurs because the Knicks 76ers game I turned it off at halftime because they were up 24 and started the third quarter. They were literally doing the 76ers just could not score. And the Knicks defense was playing really, really well. Jalen Brunson was just getting whatever floater shot he wanted. It just was going kind of out the way. So let's just kind of like quickly tap into that game. It looked from the start that we might have gotten a really good game. Brunson was getting whatever he wanted. Like anytime he got matched up on VJ or Tyrese, he would go around him and get like a floater. Even he would get floaters on like Oubre and stuff too. Like he was kind of cooking the whole like front court, the whole back court of the 76ers. But Reese hit a couple of shots. Embiid was hitting a couple of shots as well. He was drawing some fouls. Had put Cat in foul trouble early with 2 fouls within like the first couple minutes of like the first quarter as well. PG had hit a couple of threes. VJ hit a couple of threes. So it looks like early on, like in the first quarter, this game was looking like it was going well, and then kind of like towards the start of the second quarter, it just kind of really just went out of hand. From there, Jalen Brunson just went on like a scoring like masterclass. Like Brunson was literally just frying, literally frying. Brunson started frying. He ended the game with 35 points. Salute to that boy Brunson, man. Give him the salute to Brunson. Brunson was hooping his ass off over there. Embiid was trying early to do it, but Embiid wasn't able to get it. At one point in the game too, he had gotten hit like in his midsection. And if you guys remember, Embiid just had appendicitis surgery, literally before the start of the playoffs, like 2 weeks before the playoffs started. So he's like realistically shouldn't even be out there for real. I like barely should be medical clear. He realistically shouldn't be out there, but he ended up coming out there, and that's what ended up happening. But yeah, literally from that point on, like from the start of like the second quarter, the Knicks just like went on like a run. They tried to hit a couple shots to keep it close. Like Oubre hit a shot, a 3-pointer, and the Knicks called timeout. It was like an 8-point game, 8 minutes left. But literally from that point, it just wasn't happening. Josh Hart 3-pointer, like Josh Hart with a three, Towns 3-pointer, like they were just getting whatever the fuck they wanted. There was a point there was a point early in the game where I think the 76ers had only hit like 11 total shots. Like literally, like let me find it real quick. Let me see if I can find it on the box score cuz that's the end of the game. Hold on. Let me see if I can do the summary if I can do by the quarter. I'm on NBA.com, y'all, so let's look at this together. All right, hold on. These are kind of the rage. Okay, I guess it does. I guess it like doesn't show me, but like there was a thing I remember looking at it earlier where like they had only hit like in total 11 shots, and the Knicks had hit like double that. Knicks had hit like 24 shots. So they were just like outscoring them. Knicks was playing really, really good defense. And then, like I said, from there, it was halftime. It was 51-74 at halftime, 23-point lead. And then the moment the third quarter started, the Knicks just still the 76ers just could not get close, could not put it on. Just didn't really look good. And they ended up getting blown out of this game 137 to 98. Again, shout out to Brunson. Brunson had 35, was hooping his ass off. OG, Cat, Mikal all gave them double digits as well. Didn't even really, and a lot of contributions from the bench. Like everybody from the bench had like a lot of decent points from the bench too. So everybody was hooping. Just the entire 76ers squad just did not have a good game at all at that point. Hopefully they rebound in game two. But now you guys know, now that we're at this point of the season, each of the games are every other day until like the ender part of the series. Um, so every other day for like the first 4 or 5 games every other day, it's gonna be taxing on these teams. Now, thankfully, again, New York and Philly is like not far apart, so it's not like, oh, they're going all the way across the country or anything like that. But it is still like a great bit of distance. Like, for example, the Lakers and the Thunder series that starts tomorrow, that's going to be a lot because again, you're going from LA to the Midwest. So you guys are going back, and you guys got to do that every other, and like not every other day, but like obviously for the series, you got to travel back and forth a lot over there. That's a lot. That's like a lot of travel to go cover, a lot of like area to cover. Whereas New York to Philly is not really like too bad in terms of like in like location. So they're like right next to each other, like right over there. Detroit and Cleveland are like not like Detroit and Cleveland as far as like states. Michigan and what's it called? Michigan and Ohio are literally right next to each other. If I'm not mistaken on the map, if they're right next to each other, like right there, so they're right over there. And then Minnesota and San Antonio, that's a little bit of travel too, going north and south as well. So the Western Conference Series. Both of the Western Conference series, everybody's like in like a big ass, like they gotta do a decent amount of travel time. Whereas the Eastern Conference, most of the states are like right there, like nearby each other, so it's like there's not too much travel, and the jet lag and stuff people should really have to deal with, like turbulence and all that. But it'll be like really really interesting. So yeah, let me go ahead and let me see this. Um, yeah, nothing really else much to say. Knicks dominated game one. We'll see back on Wednesday. See, uh, see how that goes, and then yeah, we will kind of go from there. Now Spurs Timberwolves. This game, because of how close this game was and how intriguing this one's. This one I watched the full game, so let's really get into this and let's kind of talk about this. With this game right here, right? Before the start of the game, there was news early on. We had heard last night that Anthony Edwards had somehow gotten upgraded to questionable. Like, we had known that he had done like a lot of he had done like a lot of decent things. Like he had done a lot of treatment to work on his left knee that he had just hyperextended, and then his right knee, the one that he had been dealing with the whole for like at least like a month plus that he had been like working on. We know that he had been getting treatment on those, but I don't think anybody expected Ant to be ready at the start of the series, and Ant came out of nowhere, and they were like, Ant and the Timberwolves out of nowhere were like, oh yeah, by the way, hey, he's questionable for tomorrow. So just out of nowhere, like dropped the bomb, and then we got the update like a couple hours ago where it said, "Hey, if Ant starting, assuming there's no setbacks, Anthony Edwards is available." So Anthony was cleared to go. So it was crazy how that ended up going there, and Ant played the game. Ant didn't even start, by the way. They had Ant come off the bench for this game, so Ant played off the bench. And the Timberwolves, they ultimately took this game from the Spurs. We'll kind of get into like how that ended up happening because realistically, there was so much chaos in this game. Like, y'all, this game, there was so much like shit that went on in this game. Let's talk about it. All right. So let's see. First things first. Let's bring this up real quick. Hold on. Just want to bring this up real fast. Hold on. All right. So first things first, right? I'm bringing up the box score, and we'll kind of just go over the box score stuff real quick. Victor Wembanyama. Let's just scroll down to where he is. Victor Wembanyama had a triple double with blocks, rebounds, and points. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you. I think some of these. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna cap to y'all. Some of these blocks were definitely goaltending, man. 1000%. Like the NBA, they just didn't call goaltending on some of these, and I hope that I don't want anybody to I don't want like his stats to be taken away. But I also can't fault the league if they go back and do a review and be like, oh yeah, by the way, we're taking away like some of these blocks. Like we're not gonna change the outcome, but we're gonna take away some of these blocks because these are clear goaltending, right? Like I wouldn't fault the NBA if the NBA were just gonna do that. Now, I think that would be crazy, and I don't remember if they actually do that, if they actually kind of go in and like take away stats from players like that. But there was clearly a lot of goaltending because the rest were just kind of like mesmerized with Wemby in this game. But yeah, Wemby on the defensive end was great. Wemby on the offensive side though was absolutely fucking putrid. 0 of 8 from 3, 5 for 17 in total from the field. If you take away the 8 threes, he was 5 for 9 for the field, which is like okay, whatever. But like at a certain point, at the certain point, Mitch Johnson should have like realized, hey, Wemby's 0-8 for 3. Wemby's like not making his threes tonight. He just doesn't have it. And should have told Wemby, hey, get your motherfucking ass down in the block. Like post up. Like, let's try to draw some fouls on you. Let them try to foul you because again, you're seven whatever, and like tallest person in the league, and nobody can guard you. 7 whatever with these skills. Get your ass down in the post and like go ahead and like try to get some easy buckets and get fouled. And try to go to the line, which just didn't end up happening. It was so crazy how I ended up working. Funny enough though. Again, the Spurs had multiple. Spurs had a chance to win this game. Win this game late, but let's like continue to talk about everybody else. Stephon Castle fouled out midway through the fourth quarter, and it was 17, 5 and 5. Castle had shot pretty well, made 3 threes as well. But Castle fouled out. Dylan Harper, I know he's a -4, but Dylan Harper was hooping his ass off today. Had gotten multiple drive-bys to the basket, getting really, really quick, and it was just a team of athleticism was just going at the Timberwolves, which Timberwolves got athletes too, but they were just going back and forth at each other, which is something you clearly see was different compared to the last series. De'Aaron Fox was absolute dog shit. Let's talk about this motherfucker, man. De'Aaron Fox, 0 of 4 from 3, 5 for 14 from the field. De'Aaron Fox was selling this game badly. Like there was, I watched in the fourth quarter. De'Aaron Fox miss 2 to 3 layups. So I watched him miss literally 2 to 3 layups over there. 2 to 3 easy ass layups. Over there. Missed a couple of jump shots. De'Aaron Fox was absolutely putrid in this game. A lot of people around the league are probably happy that Fox got that contract extension that he did because I'm not gonna lie, De'Aaron Fox's value is not that high to me. He really had a really, really bad game. He was dog shit. He was really, really awful. KJ off the bench was hooping a little bit too. But man. Oh, and shout out Vassell. Vassell hit a couple of stuff. Julian Champagnie, man, we're gonna give him Don DeMarco because hold on, man.
Don DeMarco.
Bang, bang, bang.
Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that.
Julian Champagnie, like, there got to a point in this game, right, where the Timberwolves had a 9-point lead pretty much late. And they started, like most teams do, they started trying to get, any type of just good looks, right? Victor with the pull-up 2, Vassell with the 3, Fox with the 3. Like, they were trying to get any shot possible. And Julian Champagnie had gotten, like, multiple offensive rebounds in this game, y'all. Literally, he had got multiple offensive rebounds and ended up helping the team come through. Literally, not even just offensive rebounds, and then went up for 2s. Like, I think at the end of the game, hold on, let's like bring this back up real quick. Let me just go for the play real quick in the fourth quarter. Hold on, let's see. Let me switch back over here because I don't remember how many in a row he had gotten, but he had gotten like a bunch in a row. So Vassell 3-pointer miss, Champagnie put back right there. Wemby miss, Champagnie rebound, kicked it out to Wemby, missed it again, and then Champagnie with another one, and then bro, I swear he had one more. I guess he only had those 2. I swear I remember 3. Like from watching the game, I swear I remember 3. But I guess he only had that right there. But again, he was doing his thing over there. But yeah, man, this was a game of like really high, I would say, like really high, just athletes going back and forth at each other. Terrence Shannon Jr. and Anthony Edwards, man. I'll also give them Don DeMarco, man.
Dom DeMarco.
Bang, bang, bang.
Shit like that. Shit like.
Also, hey, we're gonna give Mike Conley. Hold on, let's do Mike Conley as well. Mike Conley was old ass.
Dom DeMarco.
Bang, bang, bang.
Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit
Mike
like
Conley,
that.
Anthony Edwards, and Terrence Shannon Jr. TSJ was hooping their motherfucking asses off. Julius Randle down the stretch was hooping his ass off too. So shout out to Jay Randle, had got multiple buckets in the clutch. But man, bro, TSJ, there was multiple times TSJ had just seen a open lane and would just go through and just get a layup. Like TSJ was like going through and hooping his ass off. Had gotten fouled multiple times too, because again, you're going through people trying to get to the rim. TSJ was hooping. Anthony Edwards, I don't understand how he was able to fight through that pain tolerance in both knees, but Ant was really good today. But which is funny, because if you listen to Ant after the post game, Ant said he was trash. Ant said he had multiple terrible passes and mistakes and turnovers, which, to be fair to Ant's credit, Ant did have a really bad turnover at the end of the game that like had a chance to set the Spurs up, to win. Because Ant, there was like 38 seconds left on the clock, and Ant was trying to inbound it to Randle with Vassell on him. Ant just didn't throw a good pass in, and it gave Vassell the chance to hit it over the top. So Vassell hit the ball, and they kicked it out to Dylan Harper, and Dylan Harper got a dunk with like 31 seconds on the clock. And I'll tell you how the game ends. But boy, man. That like Anthony Edwards was right. Like that's definitely something that would have cost them the game for sure, and literally almost did cost them the game as well. Jaden McDaniels, Jaden still doing Jaden things. Jaden was hooping as well. Bones Highland did nothing this game, but it didn't really matter because they won the game. Nas Reed being Nas with 12 and 9, almost had a double right there as well. The end of the game. Let's talk about the end of the game really quick, because like I said, Julian Champagnie was getting rebounds off of offensive misses and putting them back in, right? So at this point in the game, this is a 7-point game with about a minute left. Let's just kind of just go through everything. I'll tell you guys here, but like in real time, like really what happened. So Vassell missed a three. Vassell had missed a wide open three. Not a wide open. It was actually contested. It was in the left corner. It was in the bottom left corner. Champagnie gets the rebound, gets the putback right there, right? And then on the other end, Rudy Gobert is like one-on-one. Gobert goes up and gets fouled by Fox, which is a great foul, and he misses the first free throw, makes a second one. So 6-point game right there. Wemby tries to go in, gets to do another layup, misses, and then Champagnie gets another rebound, kicks it out to Wemby. Wemby was literally open in like the right lower block, like the right block, and just did an open jumper and missed that shit again because Wemby just was not having a good night offensively, so missed that shit. And then Champagnie just did another shot right there. Randle hit a shot right here over Vassell, and that's where I thought it was a game. I thought like the moment Randle hit the shot, I was like, okay, it's the game. But they inbounded the ball really quick to Wemby. Wemby got the dunk, and then that Wemby got the dunk there. From there, that's when Anthony throws that bad pass. I think they've uploaded the game already, so I just want to show you guys because if they uploaded the game, I can show you guys the end of the game. They did. Okay. NBA.com did. Perfect. Let's go to the NBA site. Let's go here. I want to talk about the end of the game. Let's bring it up. I want to bring it up.
You gotta get us.
So here it is. So here. Right. So here we are. This is the last little bit of the game right here. So as you see, Ant's got the ball. Ant's inbounding the ball. Julius Randle's right here. Wemby's protected the paint. Pretty much, if they don't get a steal here, then the Spurs need to foul like straight away. Because you don't have time. You literally, like 34 seconds on the clock, you do not have time right here. And then it just happens. Terrible inbounds by Ant. And Dylan Harper scored quick enough to where now they don't have to foul. They don't have to foul right here. So it's perfect sense. So now, skip ahead a little bit. So I want to skip ahead.
Straight up.
So here, Randall goes again one-on-one with Vassell, right? So here we
Ask the
go.
question. Julius Randle.
Randall said he's going to take Vassell, and I understand it. I don't fault it.
Shot clock running down. Comes down to perhaps this. Off the heel.
So here's my issue now, right? Vassell, not Vassell. Harper gets the rebound. Dylan Harper gets the rebound right here. 7.2 seconds on the clock. They have 2 timeouts. It's kind of hard with the red line YouTube line right here, but they have 2 timeouts here. Literally have 2 timeouts. I understand that the defense is scrambled and you just want to go, but you have 2 timeouts.
Rebound.
Mitch Johnson refuses to call a timeout here. Mitch lets them run, and I don't understand it. Because in this scenario right here, right? If it was on the road, okay, if this is on the road, if you guys were on the road for this game 1, I understand this logic a lot more. Because when you're on the road, you kind of don't want to play for overtime or drop a play to get for overtime, right? You want to try to go for the win, but you can still drop a really good play instead of trying to get back with really rushing shots here, right? And I just wasn't a fan of Mitch Johnson with this at all. I was not a fan of this decision. So Dylan Harper gets the ball. He gets the ball, and he's looking clearly at Julian Champagnie right here. Literally looking at Champagnie. Kicks the ball to Champagnie. Champagnie gets him out the fucking way. Now, here's the thing. Now, hold on. Let's watch it. I understand why. Ultimately, that's a great shot. You kind of got to live with that. I completely understand that. But again, Mitch Johnson, you have 2 timeouts. Randall has 5 fouls. Jaden McDaniels got 5 fouls, right? Multiple people in this game have 5 fouls. You could draw up a play for Wemby where they're gonna probably crowd Wemby. If Wemby just gets a free look, that's an and 1, more than likely, or you tie the game. But if they crowd Wemby, then guess what? You could do the same thing. You would kick it out to an open shooter. I understand at the end of the day, though, again, this is a really great look. But, I was not a fan of this. I was not a fan of this at all. Mitch Johnson with 2 timeouts right there. There were some people on Twitter that were like, yes, the defense was scrambling, so I get why you did it, and you got an open look. And, I understand that point. But, you can't take your timeouts with you. You're not going to take your timeouts with you at all. Literally, you have the timeouts for a reason. You're not going to take them with you. Get your team settled, right? Get your team settled and go ahead and do it. Now, ultimately, obviously, this is null and void. None of this is null and void here if Champagnie hit the open shot, right? If none of this would have mattered to be oh, you hit the open shot. But now that you didn't, right? Now, this goes from, hey, we're hey, we could try to get a thing to play for overtime, or even if we find an open look, go for the win, and then go up 1-0. So now we're down 0-1. The Wolves did their job of taking 1. They stole 1 on home court. So now the series has officially started, right? And then now you're giving them confidence because now they're going to go back to Minnesota on today is Monday. They're going to go back to Minnesota on Friday for game 3. And Minnesota's going to be rocking for game 3, knowing that at worst, right? If they win, if the Spurs win game 2, they're going to look at this and be at worst, oh, boom. It's 1-1 and we're back at the crib for 2 games. Or they can even have more confidence now going into Wednesday for game 2. And if they steal game 2, they're up 2-0 going home. You got with that Minnesota crowd ready to rock. They got all the confidence in the world. I just was not a fan of Mitch Johnson, just not calling the timeout here. I understand trust your players, but also you could trust your players, but you could also, you and the coach staff could drop a great play and scheme something for Wemby. I know we want to have a good offense tonight, but again, it's Wemby. They're gonna crowd Wemby, right? Scheme something for Wemby, or get an open look. I just personally feel that way. Feel that way there. But yeah, Wolves steal the first game. Knicks take care of business at home. I hope I picked I'll show you guys my prediction really quick on Twitter, because I did do predictions for each of the series. And I definitely hope that my predictions do not end up being wrong. At least on that Knicks side. All right, so yeah, here we go. I did, yeah. Here I did do official predictions. So here's where my official predictions. Right. Let me move this over. Move this. Oh, nope. Ooh, let me move this. Move myself over here. Move myself over here. Yep. So Knicks and 76ers over 6. Right. 76. I had like it's 76. I had them in 6 games. Right. Pistons over Cavs in 5. Pretty much in that series. I just don't trust Donovan Mitchell and James Harden at all. That was my logic. And the Pistons, I just felt they were going to have a better time because even though Mobley's a really, really great defensive player, they don't have the wing athletes that Orlando has. Yes, they have better scorers from a standpoint, but like they definitely don't have the defense to I think give the Pistons any sort of problem that Orlando did. So that's kind of why I picked the Pistons, getting the Cavs out of here in 5. And then I had Lakers losing in a sweep. I hope I'm wrong with this. I would love the Lakers to win because obviously y'all know that's my team. I would love us to get that W and pull that out, but I just don't see it at all with Luka may not playing until like game 4, to be honest. And then I had initially had Spurs and Wolves over 5, but then I was like, well, with the Ant news, I updated the Spurs over 6, the Spurs and Wolves over 6. This very well could still happen, but now I'm looking at this and being like, oh well. Spurs dropping another home game again, and this ain't the Portland Trailblazers, man. This is Anthony Edwards. This is the best American player in the world. I want to give it to Cade, but Ant's also my guy, and Ant. Even with his bad knees, Ant is still the best U.S. big. And when I mean America, I know when most people when they say America, obviously they're just gonna think of USA, even though like Canada and Mexico are America, but that's a whole different type of conversation for another day. But like the best USA player in the world right now is still Anthony Edwards, without a doubt. So like this very well could look like a bad take for me already. Like I could already be looking at this and regretting this over here with that Spurs series. Knicks, I hope 76ers get back into it, and this was just like a bad showing. But if Jalen Brunson is just going to be frying their guards this whole series, this might be quicker than 6. They might get out of here in like 5, maybe even 4 if it's really that bad. So. All right, y'all. We're gonna go ahead and get out of here. I gotta get ready for work. Funny enough, actually. So my phone's about to go off the alarm in a second. So I'm gonna get out of here. I love you guys. I'll see you guys back tomorrow for the other 2 games. I'll see you guys back for Lakers and OKC. Ooh, yep. Here we go. My alarm going off. Right. I'll see you guys back tomorrow for Lakers and OKC, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for Pistons and Cavs. Same thing. Like tonight, I'll probably just do one huge video with everybody because it probably just makes sense to do that because the NBA didn't split these games out. Like they got these games where from what I'm seeing here, at least on NBC, I don't know if this is the same for like Amazon and ESPN later in the week, but at least like today and tomorrow, they have the game set up to where the first game, like they're gonna go through the first half, and then after the first half, they're gonna start the second game. So that's what's gonna end up happening. Pistons and Cavs. Like I'll bring it up tomorrow. Like let me bring up the NBA schedule. Oh, actually, I have NBA.com on the thing, so we can bring that up. Hold on. Yeah. So look at this, right? So like NBA.com, right? As you guys can see here, 4:00 p.m. My time because I'm on the West Coast. So they got this game starting, Cavs Pistons, and then around halftime, right? Around like just after halftime. So probably like around, I'll probably say like 2 minutes into the third quarter, they're gonna open up Lakers and Thunder, which. And also, NBC doesn't have a multi-streaming option like Amazon does. Like, I try to look for a multi-view to have both things up. They don't. NBC does not have that. So now with this happening, and not even just NBC, Peacock more specifically does not have that. So now I'm trying to watch both games at the same time, and guess what? I can't because NBC doesn't have a multi-view option. So now what I'm going to end up having to do, right, is Cavs Pistons. I'm gonna have to like for that half because I'm a Lakers fan. I'm gonna watch this game first half on the TV, and then I'm gonna put I'm gonna swap to this game on my phone and watch Lakers Thunder. Watch Lakers Thunder later because literally NBC doesn't have a multi-viewing option. I don't understand why. I'm not gonna lie, Adam Silver, that's like a problem that probably needs to be discussed as well for going in the future. Because if you guys are gonna have playoff games be like this, if you want playoff games to go at the same time, you need to have a way for people to be able to watch that shit at the same time. Because NBC doesn't have that option. Amazon does. So I salute Amazon. At least Amazon does, but NBC does not. And see, you guys see later in the week, like look, like they're not doing the same shit with the ESPN with ESPN. ESPN clearly is gonna split the thing out where hey, the first game's gonna end and they're gonna go into the second game. Right? Like Amazon, also, they're splitting it out too. Amazon's doing the same thing. They're splitting it out as well. I don't understand why NBC had to like force their games to be like all together right here at all. I am not a fan of this, like at all. I don't understand why NBC is doing this for the first two games. Because again, it's all it's gonna do is gonna have everybody scrambled all over the place. But again, Adam Silver, that's something you guys gotta figure out in the offseason. You guys gotta get better at and figure that out. But anyway, love you guys. Thank you guys for all of the views and support. I will be back tomorrow, y'all. Deuces.